In this weekly video tip, we will be discussing some of the customization features found in SongSurgeon version 4. Hi, I'm Jim Todd with SongSurgeon, and I'd like to review with you today some of the changes we made to version 4 to make it more customizable and more user-friendly. Let's start by taking a look at the Options button right here. If you click it, it opens this drop-down box, and in this drop-down box you can see at the top these 5 different default paths. Now these existed in version 3 and these remain unchanged in version 4, but they do allow you to reset the default path if you'd like to do that. And most often probably your interest in doing that might be with your audio files here, and to reset that you simply click this little button over on the right, and that allows you to select a different default music folder where you might have your music stored. But the things I want to focus on today are these here at the bottom, which are new to SongSurgeon version 4. And specifically, let's start at the bottom because the tempo change is probably the most widely used feature on SongSurgeon. And a lot of people have asked us for customizable preset values, and indeed we have now built that in. So you can see here we have 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 boxes, and you can type in whatever numbers you'd like. In my case, I have 20, 30, 50, 80, and 95, and whatever I have in here corresponds to the preset buttons down here, as you can see. And if you want to change these, you simply put your cursor in here, change 30 to 45 if you like, click OK, and immediately, as you can see, we now have a 45 down here. The other options that I'd like to briefly review are these options right above the preset values. The first of these is the ability to select by default the sound processing mode or the algorithm, and that's this button over here. By default, I have mine set to performance, and depending on what you're doing, you might want to have it set to performance or to transcribe. So that's one thing that you can set. A second thing, you can have this box here selected, and if you do that, that means SongSurgeon will always be on top regardless of what you have open on your machine. And this again was something people requested. And then lastly is this auto play when opening files. And you may know what that is, you may not. Let me just briefly show you. If you go to File and then you go to Open Audio, and if you select a file, like this case here, Broken Wing, you can hear that it starts playing right away, and that is because the option that we were looking at was to automatically play the selected file. So if you do not want to hear the autoplay feature, you simply go to the options box and you deselect or uncheck that option right there. And then after you've customized this, you go ahead and save your changes by clicking OK, and all of those changes are then applied to SongSurgeon. In addition to these presets in the options box, there are a couple of other areas that we made some changes to make SongSurgeon more user-friendly, and these are both in the loop markers as well as the informational markers. And the changes we've made in both of them are identical. That is, if you hover your mouse over, you do a right click, you'll see a menu that opens up, and the two changes that we've made are, first of all, font size. You can select the default font size that you'd like to use. So by default, I think we're using 10. You could go to as high as 16. Now remember, when you do that, your interface might get a little bit cluttered as you use larger fonts, but if you need larger fonts to be able to see more clearly, it's obviously something of value to you. The other thing that you can do that is new is that we have this delete all functionality built in here. Last time you could obviously right click to delete, but it would only delete a single marker. If you have multiple markers set up like this and you right click and you do delete all, it clears all of them. And the same features, the exact identical features, are found when you right click in a loop marker. You've got font size, you've got the ability to delete, in other words delete just the one, or if you had multiple loops set up you could delete all of them. So these are some additional customizations that we built into this version 4 of SongSurgeon for Windows. And of course, when we release the Mac variety of SongSurgeon 4, it will also have these same customizations built into it. Lastly, in closing, just to let you know, all of these new customizations are found in both the Pro as well as the standard versions of SongSurgeon.